Aloha, guys. It's Psychic Greg Stanley. I am here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I wanted to sign on here and wanted to do the angel card reading for the month of April. So I hope and trust that you guys are well. This is a very challenging time for everybody. Some have a more challenging time right now and difficult time than others. Right now, when we've done all we can do, Spirit guides us to pray. If we've done all we can do, we can't do anything more, or maybe we'd like to help somebody else. Maybe we'd like to help ourselves. When that happens and you're unable to do any more, we're guided to pray. And prayer does work. It does work. Pray. And when we pray, we allow the universe. We don't control the universe. The universe doesn't control us. So we allow the universe to do what it needs to do. And they do listen to our intentions. They do listen to what we want. And we receive back not always what we want, but what we actually need, what we're actually putting out there. So be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. So keep it in mind. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use the angel cards here. Normally, I do this live on Facebook and on Instagram. I've been doing that as well, but I'm going to switch it up right now here, and Spirit guided me to do more things on YouTube because, there's a lot of people on Instagram, there's a lot of people on Facebook, but there's even more people on YouTube. And when I had asked my angels not too long ago how I can expand my services and how I can reach more people, I was guided back to YouTube. I, at first, thought I was guided to have my own television show, and I was approached and things were opening up, looking like things were going very well. And then I realized and paid attention to my intuition that it was not going as I had originally planned. And I was very uncomfortable with the direction things were going, and I ended up pulling out of it. And while, of course, I was excited to be able to reach more people and stuff like that, it wasn't meant to be. So the answer was no, and I was guided elsewhere. So as I've been focusing on my social media expansion and whatnot, I was guided to do more on YouTube as well. So, those of you guys who are new to me, hello, aloha. And please take a moment and subscribe and share this video, like this video, or if you don't like it, you can't please everybody, right? So go ahead and hit the thumbs down if that's what you feel. It's okay. I take no offense to it. But thank you guys for subscribing wherever you are, any walk of life here. So I'm asking for the highest and best, always asking for God to be present. Archangel Michael, I ask that you protect us from fear. There's a lot of fear right now because of what's been going on. I ask that you protect us from our own fear. A lot of us are scaring ourselves, and there's a lot of protection around you. A lot of protection around you right now, and you need to be aware of that. Archangel Hania was here, and she's here because the full moon is coming up over the next 2 days, and she's associated with a few things. She's associated with Mother Mary. Mother Mary is highly sensitive, highly intuitive, and she received psychic messages and dreams. In fact, you guys, those of you guys who are associated with Christianity, I don't belong to any particular religion, but if you look at the story in Christianity, Archangel Gabriel had come to her in a dream to let her know that she was going to giving birth to a son. and his message was, don't be afraid. And she, of course, as humans, when someone tells you guys not to be afraid, okay, yeah, you hear that, but a lot of times what happens? We're still afraid, right? This is the first message. Feel the fear and do it anyways. And that's what Mother Mary did. Archangel Haniel is associated with the full moon. And the full moon is connected to us, our intuition. Our bodies are over 70% water, okay? The moon pulls the tides and all that stuff. With us, because our bodies are made of water, mostly water, okay? It pulls our emotions. And it pulls things to the surface. So we may get a little overwhelmed, but what's actually happening is all the stuff that we've been burying deep inside, or things that we've needed clarity on, answers on, it's right in front of us, and it's like, whoa! It kind of throws you off a little bit, but that's okay. It might make you feel a little bit crazy, and some people don't feel like they can handle it, and they start flipping out. And that's why you see people go batshit crazy on the full moon, because they can't handle what's coming to them. And they're afraid to face their fears. They're afraid to face their truth and whatnot. And a lot of times people don't know what's going on because, they're told to ignore how they feel and do what everybody else wants. Society, a lot of religions put control, fear. Control is fear, guys. Puts control over people, and so they feel ashamed, or they're afraid of what's going on, and they can't express themselves. Guys, it is safe to be powerful. It's okay. First card I want to pull for you guys. Four of Water. Missing an opportunity. Discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Right before this COVID virus happened, okay? We were feeling sorry for ourselves, or we were not taking advantage of the opportunities that were being presented to us, whether it was out of fear, out of laziness, and laziness is connected to the ego, and there may have been an opportunity for you to date somebody new, or leave an unhealthy relationship or job, friendship. And when we were trapped inside, now we got that event going on where we're stuck with that person, or right now we're stuck with that job. And maybe we lost an opportunity to take a trip or to move, and now we're being guided to wait. And that's what's going on. But you know what? If you think about it, if you're stuck with something that you are uncomfortable with, or a person, whatever the case may be right now, guys, it's okay. Because when you feel and experience and see what you don't want, and you get angry or upset or frustrated, whatever the case may be, guys, don't ignore your feelings. Listen, your feelings are your friends. We don't always have to do what our friends tell us, but our feelings are our friends. Listen, you know what? Acknowledge how you really feel. I'm frustrated. I don't like this, and it makes you focus on what you do want. Do you want to stay in this job? Do you want to stay in this relationship? If you feel that the job or the relationship, whatever the case may be, is worth saving, it's worth going through, talk to your boss. Talk to your HR. Talk to your partner. Get counseling. Do whatever you need to do right now if you feel the relationship is worth saving. If it's not, that person doesn't want to do it, or you go through the motions and nothing happens, that's your guidance. It is time to move on because you've done all you can do. And you are not supposed to stay with somebody or something that you're unhappy with, because when you're unhappy, you lose control over your life. And we need to move forward and be happy. When we're not happy and we're not living our truth, we're not able to only change our own lives, but we are adding to the sadness. We're adding to the deficit of this world, whether it's financial or emotional, spiritual. Because when we're not happy, our unhappiness is contagious. And it affects other people, whether they realize it or not, or you realize it or not. Those of us who are highly sensitive, those of us who are highly intuitive, things like that, we're no better than anybody else, but it's just the way we're created. It's part of our life mission. We feel when people are unhappy, and oftentimes we take it in as our own unhappiness, and then we feel responsible to change the world, and that's not what it is. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're spiritual or you're not. It doesn't matter what career or passion you have. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor or you want to be a doctor or you are a pooper picker-upper. It doesn't matter. All these things are needed in this world. And if we're guided to do that and we don't follow that path, we won't discover who we really are. We won't discover what we're supposed to do. And when you discover what you're supposed to do by following your dreams, following your passions, attracting opportunities and jobs where you are able to apply your passions, what you're happiest, working with what you're happiest and most passionate about, you're most powerful. So even if you're guided to work 2 jobs, if you're doing the jobs you love and applying your passions, that's better than working 1 job that you hate. And when you're staying somewhere you hate or you're clearly guided, nothing's changing, and you're supposed to go somewhere else, and this also applies to those of us who are following our passions and our guidance, and we're working for a corrupt company. You're not doing the company any good staying there. You need to go start your own company. Go with another company. Go work for 2 companies, doing what you love, what you're most passionate about, what you're most supportive on. Maybe one company can't pay you as much as you'd like, but between the 2 jobs that you love, it's worth it because it's better to work 2, 3 jobs that you love and enjoy, or your own business if you're guided to do that, and that's okay too. It's better to do that than to work 1 job where maybe you're making all the money in the world, but you hate it. Money isn't everything. It does determine where you live, what you do, all that stuff. But if you're unhappy, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are not powerful. You are most happy. You're most powerful when you're happy. Remember that. Quit missing out on opportunities. Move forward. The next card I want to pull here for you guys, got the World, Archangel Michael. We were just talking about him protecting us. And this is a confirmation of him being with us here. A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path towards enlightenment. There are many of us, many of you out there who are handling this crisis that's going on right now very, very well. And be proud of yourself. Give yourself that pat on the back. Be kinder to yourself. Spirit says that you've been beating yourself up, and that's definitely true for me. I beat myself up a lot. That's the ego. And when you beat yourself up, or you don't do something because you feel like you're not deserving, or you made a mistake, or you did something terrible, or somebody told you did something terrible, whether you actually did or you didn't, and you sit there and you don't take action because you're letting that consume you, that's the ego. The ego's always going to tell you how stupid you are, how bad you are, how you didn't take action in the past, how you made the wrong decision. It's going to keep telling you that. And the ego's never going to go away. We just have to learn to feel the fear and do it anyways. We need to learn to ignore that and say, you know what? I am good at what I do. I might not be perfect at it all the time. Sometimes maybe I am, or I feel like I am. Maybe I didn't do everything the way I thought it was going to go, or whatever the case may be. But you know what? going to feel the fear and do this anyways. I'm going to try again. I remember what I learned last time. And your power comes from what you learned. It's a stepping stone. You know what? I fucked this up. Or I fucked that up. Or you know what? Maybe I allowed somebody to fuck this up for me. Whatever the case may be. You know what? I am taking my power back. I'm taking responsibility for what I needed to learn so that I never allow this to happen again. And I can teach people what I learned so they don't go through the same thing. Remember that. It's okay. That's how you take your power back. The ego's resistance. Resistance. We need resistance to grow. And I can think of a zillion things that mistakes I made or I allowed others to do to me or whatever the case may be. I'm fully responsible for my life choices or what I've allowed or not allowed in my life. Okay, that resistance, I learned from that. I grew from that. Resistance, for example, when you go to the gym, okay, you don't go into the gym and lift air. You're not going to grow. You pick up weights. The resistance, working through that resistance. And man, it's hard sometimes. And you don't want to go with the biggest weight you could possibly find. You're not going to be able to lift it up. Start small. Take baby steps. Start working through that resistance, that fear. And then your muscles get built, because when your muscles build up, it's because you're working through that resistance, which creates growth. And it can be painful. My God, I'm sore after a workout. I need to get back into the gym. I need to start doing my work. I need to quit using that as an excuse. I need to start doing my push-ups and my sit-ups and stuff like that here, my home workout. You know what? That's Spirit's way for me. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm ADHD. I'm going to bust out the freaking P90X videos. That's what I'm going to do, or whatever it is. Insanity, that's what it is. I'm going to bust that out. Thank you, angels. I need to do that. So anyways, working through that resistance helps you grow. Use whatever resistance you had, no matter how hurtful it was, painful it was, whether you attracted it or not, or you created it, or you were completely innocent of it. Regardless of what happened, and there are things that happened to me that I was completely innocent on. I know that. But what I'm doing is I'm taking my power back and saying, you know what? In spite of this, I am going to use my pain. I'm going to use my shitty experiences. I'm learning from that, and I'm going to grow and learn, and I am growing. I am learning, and I am becoming a better person more and more because of what I went through. It inspired me to follow my dreams and passions, which is to help people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I'm no better than you guys. You guys are just as human as I am. I have choices. I had to use my resources, which a lot of times were nothing. But guys, the law of attraction will bring you whatever you need. When I made the decision to change my life, the law of attraction brought me everything that I needed. Because that was my true intention. And I started taking action on what was coming to me, the signs that were coming to me, things like that. The same is true for you. The same is true for you. You can do it. You're saying you can't do it? That's your ego? Shut up, ego. Move forward. Archangel Michael was with you, protecting you from fear, from our own fear. Feel the fear and do it anyways. Call on Archangel Metatron. I love calling on him because he's like the big brother archangel, and he works very closely with Archangel Michael. And he helps us to be brave, helps us to be confident in what we do. When you're good at something, be confident in what you do. When you do that, you are shielding yourself. You are protecting yourself. When you are not feeling confident in what you're doing, it's like walking around naked. Some of us like doing that, but you know what? A lot of us are not comfortable walking out in front of everybody naked, okay? That's what it feels like when you are doing what you love, and when you know what you love to do and what you're good at, and you are letting fear or whatever stop you from doing it, it attracts more fear. And when you do that, you just go further and further down the rabbit hole of darkness. And when you say, hey, maybe I wasn't perfect at this, or hey, I learned something from that, or you know what, thank God I went through that experience, because something recently came up that I recognized didn't feel right, didn't seem right. And because of my past, and because of all that, I listened when my gut told me, no, this isn't right. Even though everything looked good in the beginning, I started getting these gut feelings, these warning signs, and I listened. And thank God I did, because it just saved me so much time, so much money, so much heartache. And now, I can focus on allowing what else the universe has in store for me, so I can help more people. I didn't need the damn Psychic Greg TV show. I needed to expand. I was guided to expand my social media and on YouTube. That's what I was actually guided to do. That's what that experience taught me. Awesome. I don't need the TV. If that happens one day and I'm on MTV or something, awesome. Awesome possum. Let's do it. But otherwise, in the meantime, I don't need that. I got my radio show on iHeartRadio every week for 1 hour, Tuesdays, Island 98.5, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. every morning. I got people all over the world listening to me. And it's even on the podcast. Those of you guys who missed the show, go on Island 98.5, the podcast. You'll see some of my shows are on there. So keep that in mind. Anyways, next card, Six of Fire, Victory. Good news is on the way. By the way, this is for April. Good news is on the way. Public recognition or awards. You're going to be recognized when you put your best foot forward and you feel guided to do something and you do it and you did the best you can. Even if everything doesn't turn out the exact way that you thought, it's okay, because victory is on the way. Good news. Public recognition or awards. Many of you guys are going to get news of new jobs coming up, or things you've been waiting for a long time, a raise, a job opportunity that's finally starting to fall into place for you, a new position that may have been put on hold for unforeseen circumstances, things like that. That's coming forward. You're moving forward with that. And if what you thought was going to happen isn't happening, something else is coming up. It's okay. Just allow. Don't get into your ego. Move forward. I'm going to pull one more card for the month of April here. Three of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. When you're out for yourself, your actions show that. I know you guys can think of personal examples, political examples. I can't stand politics. Things like that are out for themselves. They're not team players. And you know what? They're not doing so hot, because you know what? They were out for themselves, and their actions, not their words, but their actions have shown they're out for themselves. They're not doing so hot. People aren't listening to them. When you're a team player, when you're saying, you know what? Screw religion. Screw social bullshit. Screw what the media has told us we have to do or not do. Screw what society says who we are and who we are not and what we can and cannot do. Let's work together here. I have seen there are people working together like crazy, even big companies who have made drastic good changes for the better and amazing. They're helping supply medical supplies. They're helping the little guy. They're helping big businesses, are helping small businesses. Small businesses are helping the big businesses. It's amazing. People are working together, and it's wonderful. And the ones that are standing out are the bullies. The bullies are standing out right now. The bullies, the people who are showing who they really are in this situation. The choices they're making, pulling the rug out from underneath people right now. They're showing who they really are. And you know what? Those of us who are working together, those people, the bullies, they're sinking their own ship. We're over here like, oh, the tables have turned. We have become the mean girls, like the Mean Girls movie, okay? We become like the mean girls. We're not mean, but I'm just using this as an example. You know what? Those of us who are working together, helping each other out through this, helping ourselves, and guys, I'm not saying don't help yourself. We have to help ourselves. If we don't help ourselves, how the hell are we supposed to help somebody else? It's like if the plane's, if you're on an airplane and the oxygen masks drop, okay, How are you supposed to help those around you if you don't get oxygen yourself so you can help other people? Take care of you so that you can help other people. Don't put the cart before the horse. If you help everybody else or you try to put the mask on and you pass out, everyone around you is going to die. It was depending on you because you did what we were lied to all these centuries and years by societies and by religions and things like that, saying, oh, put everybody else before you, sacrifice yourself. Oh, your good will come, thy will be done. You'll be first in heaven. Do it for Jesus. Oh, God, where's a freaking bag I can throw up and shit in at the same time? Those same people that were doing that were putting themselves first and getting ahead of everybody else and feeding off of all of us. Fuck that. We see the truth now. We're not doing that anymore. That has nothing to do with God. That has nothing to do with the deities, the loving beings, Jesus, Mother Mary, Muhammad, Buddha, all this stuff. That has nothing to do with the genuine beings and deities. It's the people that use them to step all over us, shit all over us. We're not doing that anymore. We're awake now. Bye, Felicia's. We're not doing that anymore. We're taking our power back. Pulled another card. Archangel the Empress. Got me all fired up, guys. Archangel Gabriel. We're just talking about Gabriel. I can't make this up. There are a zillion different angel cards in this tarot deck here. It's amazing. A zillion different ones. And we're pulling out the ones we were just talking about. That's the one thing I love about the tarot. We all have our gifts and tools that we use. Mine happens to come through the tarot. The tarot just opens up all these visions and knowing and all this stuff. That's how I do my readings. There are people that don't use anything. Or they'll use a crystal. Or they just grab your hand, or they get it from psychometry, whatever the case may be. I get mine, a lot of it comes through the tarot. So, that's what it is. What's your tool? Say in the comments what your tool is. Even if it's not psychic related. What's your passion? What are you good at? What makes you go? What makes you, what tool do you use to help you be a better mom, dad, friend, be good at what you do, whatever career you're in. Please share it in the comments. I want to read through this. I want to see this. Please do that. Again, please subscribe. Psychic Greg Stanley here on YouTube. Please share it with other people if you feel like this could help you. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. Have I not just been talking about nurturing yourself? Put yourself first and others. Take care of you so that you can help others. And those who don't want to play nice, those who don't want to add to this world, they're going to have a really hard time. They can't sit with us. If they're going to stop this nonsense and actually help us, and we will gladly help them because we are forgiving people, but we're not stupid. They show us through action that they've changed or that they're doing the right thing. You can sit with us. The bullies, the trolls, the people feeding off of everybody else, they're going to be shining like stars, and they're either going to slither under the rock that they crawl back under, or they're going to have to say, you know what? I fucked up. I was wrong. Let me help. And they can use their power. They can let go of their ego and use what they were using their evil for. They're going to they can change that. And that can happen, guys. That can happen. And they can add and make this world a better place. That's how we're going to make this change in this world. By us being happy, doing what we love, that happiness, that power is contagious. And it inspires other people to follow their dreams and passions and make this world a better place. Sure, it's difficult. Sure, we realize at times we're barking up the wrong tree, or we're a tree, we're planted in the wrong environment, and we're guided to be placed somewhere else because where we're at's not working anymore. Or the corrupt companies or environment we're in, this isn't feeding our souls anymore. We're guided to move somewhere else or change companies. That's awesome. That's all part of you listening to your inner guidance, following the signs. Do that. Have faith. Follow that guidance. Take baby steps if necessary. If you're being guided to wait a few minutes or You have other circumstances right now that you have to take care of so that you can do that. That's okay. Plan in the meantime. Talk to other people. Get advice. Just put your intention out there. Your true intention. The law of attraction will guide you to wherever you need to go. Love and light to each and every one of you. Those of you guys who are looking to get a psychic reading, psychicgregstanley.com. Go on Google, Psychic Greg Stanley. My website comes up at psychicgregstanley.com, tarottimepsychic.com. It's the same website. I do phone readings. I do email readings. I do video chat readings. It all works the same. I do in-person readings. Right now, the in-person is on hold because of the COVID. But those of you guys who are watching this later and want to get an in-person reading, and as long as the laws and all that stuff permit, in the country I'm in at the time, or whatever the case may be, and it happens, I'd be happy to meet you in person to do your reading there as well. Would love to hear from you guys. The phone number is on there. 808-518-7154. Don't panic. It's on the website. You can text for an appointment or call. Just leave a voicemail and just give my assistant some time to get back to you. We've been getting flooded lately with calls because everyone's home right now. They don't have anything else to do right now. They're like, hey, I wonder what's coming up, or, I got some decisions or things that, going through my mind. I'd like to know if if this would be good, or if I should change this or just stay where I'm at. I'll look and see what your angels have to say. Personal advice, personal readings, give me a call. Give me a text. My assistant will be glad to help you, get you scheduled in here. First come, first serve. Love and light to each and every one of you. Talk to you soon. Aloha.